Hey. Do I have any comments from my directors?
Just a quick note for Shelley. It looks like my position on the cover page lists second alternate, which I am not.
Yeah, that should be wrong. Oh, no, you're second alternate, aren't you?
No, I'm
I think
first.
Deborah's first alternate and Ron is second alternate.
Ron is second, yeah, that's right.
Good catch.
Good job. Okay,
Do I have any adjustments? Okay. On our consent agenda, are there any changes to the consent agenda? If
didn't
not,
see anything.
One quick note, it has me listed as present for the June meeting.
Ah,
oh, good catch.
so where were you?
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
No, that one,
And that's
that was Wisconsin, actually.
Yeah.
County. Yeah. Back from Japan and straight to Wisconsin.
Did that change? I moved to accept the consent agenda.
Second, I can't, I think it's at my discretion. I did review the video, so I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 10, receive the regular monthly SJR Woodlands Division report.
All right, well, a couple quick things until we get to Neil's questions. I'm sure he has. First is a reminder, on July 30th is the tour of GRP. So if you want to see that at that time, just let us know. If you want to see it at another time, let us know, and always willing to accommodate. The second item is in front of you, you should have a flash drive. That flash drive includes everything that it did 2 years ago, plus any documents since over the last 2 years, anything Ed's prepared, HDR studies, stuff like that. So we're giving it to the new directors, figure we give it to everybody just so you have it all in one place. So
Great, thank you.
that's all I have unless you have any questions.
Yeah. We got to speak about that. So with your submission coming up to this TCEQ regarding renewal of the permit, will you add in that event that occurred in, was it June? Yeah, the 26 or 29 million
will.
to our, because that's a valid data point, right?
It will. It'll be evaluated in the wastewater plant study that Corello's doing for sure.
Okay.
The wastewater side, you do take a look at that, but more of it is about the parameters and the characteristics of water quality itself. It's not so much about flow. Since the design of the facility is already set, that's what they're mainly looking at. But I'll confirm, flow is sent in to TCQ when you do their permanent rules, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jason's actually leading that up. So.
Okay. And just had a follow up on a question I asked last week. The Station 21 Fourth Main renewal. It is north of Sawdust, right?
All right. So yeah, we talked about it afterwards. See, so it is along Grogan's Mill Road
Yes.
going southbound. So explain it to me like you explained the other day. It's north of Sawdust.
It is south of Saw Mill, which is, I think, what the paper shows. It would be north of Sawdust, but it's
Yeah.
south of Saw Mill,
Mill.
which is
Okay.
what it's showing there.
Okay.
But it's going
Yeah.
down Grogan's Mill.
Yeah.
South of Saw Mill.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
Oh, the Bear Branch Dam.
Yeah.
Was that study finished?
Yes, sir. Quick answer is we should get preliminary results this week.
Okay.
Give us a chance to review it, and then
Next month.
we're proposing a conversation with all the MUDs to talk about Bear Branch Dam. Probably late August, early September.
Item 11, to consider an act on the draft fiscal year 2027 SJR Woodlands Division budget.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Haley Lawhon. I'm with the accounting department at Estuary, but y'all have seen me for several years. In front of y'all, you have, or not in front of you, but in your packet, you have our budget, as amended from June, to what we're presenting here in July. Everything in yellow is what changed from last month to this month, so you can easily follow it. The highlights are, we received a lot of questions in June about our budget and if there was anything we could do to, make some adjustments. So we took those, back, met with the audit committee the first week of July, or second week of July. And these are the changes that came out of that meeting. So the 1% rate increase that we were originally proposing in June, we did pull that back and keep rates at current rates. So the water rate was $2.73 and the wastewater is at $5.65. You will see the blended fee is going up still 2% or 2 cents. I'm sorry. That is because the blended the ratio is changing to 55% surface water. So that is just a calculation. The rates are the same as they are currently, but the calculation is making that drive 2 cents up. So with that, if you have any questions or want me to go into more detail on anything, I'm happy to do so, but
Yeah, and I mean, there was a material change in the interest income projections. Can you speak to just the logic that
yeah.
led to that?
So we were asked if we were being too conservative on our interest income, and we do budget interest income conservatively. So the obvious answer was yes, we were being conservative. So we went back and we looked at all of our cash balances for the past year. Jamie, our controller, did a lot of this work, so I'm taking credit for a second, but she did a lot of the work to look at some different scenarios and say, if we didn't have as much excess this next year as we did this year, so our cash balances are lower. If we had interest rates at what the Federal Reserve is estimating, the 3.5% to 3.75%, or if they were down at 2%, we looked at all these different scenarios of where our interest income would potentially fall, given all those things, highest to lowest, and we presented that to the audit committee, and we landed on the $200,000 in interest income, still being conservative, but still an increase based on not having as much excess and cash in the bank and the 3.5% interest.
What's the
Right.
likelihood that it would lead to a revenue shortfall?
This one, at 200,000, I would think that the changes that we made there is, it's on the lower end of likelihood. We wouldn't have proposed something that we didn't think we could find.
Okay.
So the proposed budget on that is 450. Like,
For R&R.
for our,
The
okay.
operating, but the
Yeah, oh,
operating is
okay.
200,000.
Yeah, yeah. All right, thanks.
With
Just
that,
need a
do I need a motion? I need, yeah,
Just need to direct Neil, right?
yeah, we have
That's
to act.
correct. Take a motion to authorize your trustee to vote in favor of the budget.
I move that we authorize Neil to move and support his budget.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Item 12, consider an act on a supplemental agreement with SJRA for the issuance of bonds in connection with Tier 1 water line renewal projects, including discussion on timing of Tier 1 water line renewal projects and review of district payment options.
We're going to defer that today. So it's still being discussed at the trustee level. I know this board actually previously approved the form that was presented. 8 of the other districts did not. So we're trying to get unanimity among the trustees to be able to provide a form that they support will be recommended to the MUDs. So working through that process. We'll keep it on the agenda till we're ready.
Okay, item 13, consider an act on pay application number 7 for the retail wastewater collection system rehabilitation year 2.
Yes, we've been bringing past events over the last year. Payment number 7 in the amount of $244,663 is, was, prepared, presented by the contractor. Your share of the $244,663 is $43,548 for work done in MUD 6. So I need approval of that payment number 7.
What's that number again, Eric? 43?
Total was 244,663, of which MUD 6's share of this one is 43548.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item 14, consider an act on consolidation with the Woodlands Municipal Utility District number 1 and Montgomery County Municipal District Utility numbers 36. Really, all I have for this one is I'd like for us to appoint some directors to work with with Walt and with Bob to come up with a educational plan and or a presentation to Mud One to present to the residents if that's something that we want to do. But I just think he's bombarding me with emails and phone calls. And I would like for us to kind of start working with him on that, whether we take it to Mud One or not, but I just think we need to have some discussion. And I'd like for us to appoint a couple of directors from our board.
Has there been any more discussion on Mud One as far as supporting the?
Mud One, chose not to support it. You probably know that. Bob in public comment made a comment in Mud One just to reiterate the program, the process and his support of it. So that's all that's occurred. So in the short term, I don't see Mud One officially making any additional moves on that. And they haven't asked for it to be back on the agenda going forward.
Was that June's discussion or July?
That was June, and then Bob came yesterday to talk in public comment.
But they didn't put it on their agenda or take any kind of action.
I don't think there's any appetite by the
Okay.
majority of that board.
Then I'm happy.
So that will go off the agenda?
Yeah.
From this point forward?
Then we'll remove it from the agenda. So I mean,
Yeah.
if Mud One's not willing to
Have a discussion.
have a discussion, there's no
Yeah.
point in us spending time on it then.
Yeah, I mean, we've already expressed our support to consider it. Has there even been any discussion to do any sort of public outreach to,
Not by
survey
Mud One. I know those that are in favor of it, both director and non-director have indicated they want to continue to educate the public on it. But the board as a whole has not.
The only thing then that we need to make clear to Bob is that he's not to use any kind of comments from Mud Six until he's cleared it with us, because, quite frankly, he kind of will go off on a tangent, and I just don't want him to commit Mud Six to something that before we've talked about it or we've agreed to whatever it is that he's.
Yeah, I haven't seen any migration away from the facts from him. He just continues to reiterate the facts and the pros and cons of it. But
I mean, we've already expressed our interest and support in general. I mean, I would even suggest to Bob and Walt that I guess the first step with them decide with Mud One how they want to move forward before we do more. I mean, even if it's not an expression of support, even if there's even an interest in committing to surveying interest among residents or whatever the case is.
Was there any point in one of us going to the Mud One next meeting and seeing what that interest is? Is that something that we want to pursue?
I don't know what we would offer that hasn't been offered. They know our interests, right?
Well, they know it from Bob, but I don't know that the
sense I get,
it's really it's a dead thing.
I think it's pretty
Okay,
solid no from what I've heard.
okay. Then I'm gonna request that we take it off the agenda, so. Going forward.
I would agree with that.
Okay. All right. All right, consider adoption of resolution concerning developed district status for 2026 tax year.
Y'all are still a developed district. Nothing's changed. We just have to adopt the resolution confirming that for the 26 tax year, since we'll be considering your 26 tax rate recommendation next month. Need a motion.
Have a motion.
Oh, so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, the attorney's report.
Only item there is a reminder, if you haven't completed your cyber or AI training, try to get that done as soon as possible. Deadline is end of next month.
End of August.
Yes,
Oh, I got 45 days.
it's the end of this month, I mean.
Very clever.
Well done. Well done.
Good job.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, consider approval of order establishing meeting places inside the district.
Yeah, this is because the new meeting places that we adopted for the other districts are outside their boundaries, but it actually is inside yours, the Brady Library, the River Authority's office. Those are inside your boundaries, so need to adopt a resolution to reflect that.
Motion.
So moved.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
General managers report?
All right, general manager report. Good afternoon. The general manager reports starts on page 55. 55 and 56, you can see it's kind of a summary of a lot of the new and redevelopment projects. We have been about 170 last month or so. We have 203 active projects going on right now, where we're reviewing drawings and we're inspecting various things, of which about 27 inspections last month and 1,500 work orders throughout the Woodlands. So pretty busy month for us last month. On page 58, 59, you can see some pictures of some ditch related work that's going on. And it's throughout the Woodlands, so there's no pictures here in Mud 6. But we are doing some work and we continue to just work down the list of items that were in your budget. And we've already done some. We'll continue to do. We feel pretty confident that we'll get the majority of what we set out to do on at least on the pipe stuff. And then next month, we'll be bringing the budget, mud budget to you. And in that, you'll see maybe some tree cutback and any other things that we didn't get accomplished this year. But it looks like we're gonna knock out most of it.
Boy, those Nutria done some damage to the, whoa,
Nutria and beavers
beavers also?
in the Woodlands.
Oh. Interesting.
They definitely do damage.
Aren't you being a little gentle with Nutria? Shouldn't they go into the pot? I mean,
Do?
Dumbo. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just thinking of a permanent relocation, as in, yeah.
Are you offering a spot?
oh, yeah.
Well, I already have a couple of them I've dealt with at my place, so.
Okay.
Page 60, you see a couple different pictures. Middle of the page, see our new wood chipper that came in that our ditch crew will be excited to utilize that in some of the tree cutback and trimming that we'll be doing along the ditches that we've been doing. And well, they're excited to have that new tool. That was in the budget for this year. So bottom of the page, we had 14 individuals in our field and operations staff that attended and went through a 30-hour OSHA general industry training. So those folks went through that. That was well worth it. As I mentioned, we will be bringing the mud budget to you next month. So be on the lookout for that. And then let's see. And I think that is everything on my list. Take it to John for communications. Any questions?
Afternoon.
Hey, John.
Page 65 begins your communications report. Water quality reports were emailed out at the end of June. You back that up with social media. It's a prominent place on the homepage and will be on our website year round. Our copies can be mailed out here in the next week or so. There is a historical piece we got in Woodlands Community Magazine on Mitchell's vision for regional vision for water infrastructure. You can QR that if you missed that piece. Up at 66, I've been talking about this youth water conservation, water education program for a few months now. It was a pilot program that ran through Tuff Elementary for fifth graders. We facilitated that in conjunction with the River Authority and the township. We got the results back from that pilot, very encouraging. Teachers were fully engaged, very complimentary of the program. They liked the hands-on aspect of it, implemented the full curriculum. Students did very well on the pre and post tests as far as increasing their water knowledge. And then parents were heavily involved as they worked with the kids to install these water conservation devices at home, aerators and low flow shower heads, irrigation gauge, shower timers, that type of thing. They reported back on what they implemented and the water savings associated with that came out to about 8,000 gallons per household over the course of a year for each household. Water savings on top of the education. So really a really positive return on that pilot. The goal now would be to see if we can get this to all fifth graders within our jurisdiction in the coming school year. So we're working on that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And then,
And the partnership with SJRA and the township will continue.
ideally,
Okay, but we're getting us squared away to be able to roll it out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Okay.
we're working on it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Examples of current messaging that's out there. And then with that, any questions? Okay, thank
Very
you.
good. Thanks, John.
Trustees report?
Turn to page 69. Nothing of great interest, I don't think, unless someone has questions on specific items.
I don't.
Brian already mentioned about the ongoing discussion with regard to the upcoming the agreement on water lines. And I think Eric's report is self-explanatory. So, any questions? No? Okay.
Any need to go into closed session?
There's not.
Any items you want on next month's agenda?
No.
Adjourn.